Hi there, how are you? Welcome back to M Talks. The question is, what if there is an idea or a concept that has been created to function outside of an existing, accepted principle? What do you call that? Path-breaking, creative, revolutionary, illegal, perhaps. But what if the same concept by extension can lead to profiteering, destabilization, and harmful to maybe the entire global system and the people involved, of course, which is what I'm concerned about? Then what happens? And further, what if this was created with this kind of an objective in mind by a group of people? Let's look at that. So it becomes a conspiracy. We are talking about cryptocurrencies here. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, I'm not saying it is not, but a remote possibility that it is a conspiracy. Then we have to be wary, we have to be careful, we have to see whether we want to be part of this, get involved, or stay away. Let's just look at how this whole thing came about. Apparently in 2008, there was a Japanese gentleman who created this. The first one was called the Bitcoin. There was bit gold and all that stuff before, but it just didn't gather as much momentum as this one did. And nobody knows who this person is. He has not claimed this creation or whatever or the idea or concept himself. I mean, that itself should give us a clue as to how suspicious this is. And we don't know who motivated him, whether it was an individual, a government, or a group of people who funded him. So it's again a mystery, again something that sounds suspicious. And then it was created with this concept of blockchain, which existed even before. And the concept of blockchain by itself is against the existing principles of operation, especially economic operations, where you have a hierarchy, you have a centralized server, you have a set of responsible people who can authorize, approve a transaction, again based on parameters, again based on a set of guidelines that have been established for this kind of functioning, set of principles that have been accepted principles that have been established for this sort of functioning. So it's gone out of that. So once you buy this from the existing system and you go into this, so-called peer-to-peer management system, then you are out of the, what should I say, out of circulation, so to say, I mean, from the existing system. So after that, you are completely in the hands of the market dynamics or dynamics of people who are creating this or who have created this. And they say blockchain is completely, secure, and we all know security from, from an internet or a digital form is purely relative. Nothing is completely secure, if you know what I mean. For example, apparently in 2014, one of the biggest exchanges of this cryptocurrency was swindled or hacked for about 460 million. 2014. Do you know what the current value of that money is? It runs into about 7 8 billion. So that's the kind of security that they're talking about. Basically, it was created in such a way that it doesn't need a central authority to approve the transaction. It can be done by peers. So basically, what has happened is, let's look at it this way. There is probably a group of people who want to create so much wealth amongst themselves or in the system outside the purview of the existing principles or the way that government and the global system operates, gives them enough power to leverage the entire globe, all of us included. Think about that. Second thing, People compare this to the stock market where the prices are like, like the stock market based on demand and supply. There is one very small but hugely significant difference. If, for example, some players were to play the stock market, as in jack up the price or manage the prices or do all this kind of thing, there is a system that governs it, that takes them to task, even to the extent of freezing the monies that they have earned through this kind of an operation. But in a cryptocurrency kind of a scenario, if this happens, you have absolutely no legal recourse. First of all, the transactions, except for the initial one that you made to purchase this, that can be tracked or traced. That's it. After that, what happens is, in the supposedly secure system, nobody knows, because that's the whole objective of this blockchain concept. Nobody can break into it and understand what happened. So, what is your legal recourse? Third thing, there are enough ways to manage the prices. And I think the prices are being managed because a lot of people have gotten into it to secure the monies which they don't want to keep in the normal system. They've gotten out, they've gotten into this because they found a way to get their monies out and keep it in supposedly a safe form. Now, these people will not allow the prices to go down. So they will do whatever possible to keep it up. Now, what does that mean to you and me? These are people with a lot of money. And for example, I'll give you a small, what should I say? Something for you to think about. For example, I have $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. One of these guys come and tells me, I will buy this for 1,200. I am happy. I sell it. Slowly, what happens? The market price goes to 1,200. Now, who this guy is, why he is buying for 1,200, I have no clue. So this is how they jack up the price. In fact, I believe in 2017, the Bitcoin prices went skyrocketing because a exchange, I don't want to name anybody here, an exchange, a cryptocurrency exchange, issued their own cryptocurrency at par to a dollar. For example, one of the currency they were told was backed by a dollar. So if they want, they can exchange that currency to the dollar with the exchange at any point in time. And then they were told, if they were told that this particular cryptocurrency can be used only to buy Bitcoin, then what happens? The Bitcoin prices go up. That's exactly what happened. Let's go to 2021, when there's a lot of turmoil, US-China tensions, Brexit happening. So imagine all the rich folks who had monies all over the place invested. They didn't want to go to the stock market because it was not. These I'm talking about either institutional investors, large companies, large corporations, or even large rich individuals, individual investors. So they were not too sure how the market is going to go. So if they shifted all of their money to Bitcoin, obviously Bitcoin prices are going to go up. But end of the day, look at it this way. Now, these are monies that are lying outside of the existing system. Now, you and I, as small-time investors, thinking that this is a genuine growth, this is an organic growth, this is something which is the future, we put in our small bits in there as well. But there is no security for our money. Because these big players know how to manage the prices, know how to get out. When all of us small players come in, they will get out with their profit, with their margins. You and I will be left carrying the can. It's as simple as that. So I don't know, maybe my conspiracy theories are a little too far-fetched, may not be realistic, or may not even be what it is. But if there is a small chance that this is what is happening, then it's a good idea to stay away from all these things. It's a good idea to stick to traditional accepted principles of economic investment or economic growth or organic growth. Instead of doing this herd thing where somebody keeps hyping something up and you go into it, end of the day you're left carrying the can. So, We all have made money the hard way. I mean, some people have, for some reason, I mean, they've done a lot of these activities before and they've amassed huge amounts of money. For them, a couple of millions may not make a difference. But for us, a few thousands can be a huge impact. This is all I'm saying. I'm saying before we get into this, before we, become part of this hype, make it grow, and end of the day, make help somebody else make money. Be cautious. Be careful. If you really want to get into this, understand the trends. Stay within your boundaries. Stay within a time frame. Stay within operational levels. Don't look for anything huge because anything to do with digital, I don't think security is one of their biggest strengths. I mean, we've seen that. We've seen in a normal traditional control system where there is no accountability, where it is peer to peer and anybody can approve any transaction, we really have no control. This is what I wanted to share with you on this video. Sorry if I'm sounding negative, but I believe that this is worth looking at a little seriously. Thanks for listening in to me. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye for now.